It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we've got Tavarius Ward, who picked up 6 tackles in last week's contest. It's the Saints and the Bills on Monday night.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Now Hill. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long. It's Hill. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right? Got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
On third down, Brenner. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hill. This is the tight end Fant. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Hill's throw into the hands of Fant. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Throwing again is Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is taken at the 15. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brenner. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Brenner. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down. Brenner. And that will be incomplete. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Hill. Allen's got it complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Hill. He's got his big tight end, Fant. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. From the 31, Hill. He finds his man complete. It's Person. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Running left, Montgomery. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Hill. This will be caught at about the 5. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw is Hill. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Wheeler.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Back to throw. Brenner. Being chased out left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hill.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead 1st quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
They'll run with Pollard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Operating from the gun. Brenner.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Pollard sidestepping his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point attempt to come here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Hill. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list as his guys are able to extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, Brenner. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. It's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. On 1st down, Hill. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. To the air again, Hill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Pollard. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
The Saints at 7-1 now on the year, and they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Pollard going to try the right side. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Brenner.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. From the gun on 3rd down. Brenner.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
First down.
Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Brenner. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Baron Browning able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now Hill looking to throw on first.
He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Hill now to throw. And he's got it. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Montgomery. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage on 1st down. They try and throw it, take a sack on 2nd down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on 3rd down?
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Yeah, they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking to throw. Brenner. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They'll look to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Baron Browning able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
On third down, it's Pollard. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Hill, he's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Operating from the gun. Brenner. That's it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This is a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense.
Montgomery on the counter.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
On 2nd and 9. Hill. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Quinnen Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it.
He's got it. A lot of work to get to the 1st down marker.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Brenner. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he's going to have a Bills first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now a give running left with Montgomery. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st down, it's Hill. And to the right side here, it's Allen.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
Here's Hill. And it's caught. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. Throwing again is Hill. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Josh. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so fall short, and they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Buffalo, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.